In this video, we're going to continue learning the voicings for the very famous jazz composition known as Round Midnight by Thelonious Monk. Definitely something you want to add to your arsenal. I've done a full recording of this tune if you want to look at what the final result will be when we're done this tutorial series. The link is up here in the corner. You don't necessarily need to watch that or do the other tutorials. There's a lot in this tutorial to sink your teeth into. In this particular case, we're talking about the turnaround before the bridge, and then we're going to talk about how to play the bridge. So I'm giving you the exact voicings and the thought process behind it. I know a lot of videos, they talk about chords and scales and bebop this and whatever that, but jazz is really about playing over compositions and learning how to play voicings that sound good with the melody. And that's what this video is all about. So by the time you finish it, you're going to have a pretty clear indication, a pretty clear concept of how to play the chords properly for this particular composition. We're going to get started right now. Okay, so we're tackling Round Midnight. What you're seeing on your screen right now in this lead sheet is the voicings that we're using that we talked about in the first tutorial, which is the first line of Round Midnight. Sounds like this. And then we did the second line. I love that part. All right, so that's the first two lines of Round Midnight. And what we want to do now is the turnaround that happens just before the bridge. So that's this one here, where it's going from okay, so we don't need to do the first few chords. So this one we've tackled in the first video, and this one and this one. What we want to do here is this called a turnaround. So what it is essentially 6, 2, 2, 5 to 1 minor. So C minor 7 flat 5. So the voicing that we're going to use for that is we're going to do a little bit of force in the left hand. So we've got a C natural, and then a G flat, and then B flat, like that. And in the right hand, we're going to do, what did I do here? Nope. Sorry, yeah, that's correct. So E flat, and then the melody note, which is the F sharp. And then when we go to the F7 flat 9, we're going to do 1 and 7, and again, this is part of our normal voicings where we've got F natural and E flat, which is 1 and flat 7, and then in the right hand, we're going to do this. So just the third of the chord here, because the melody is getting pretty high, which is the F natural. Let's do the third of the chord, which is A natural, like that. And then all we need to do here is just repeat this to here, right? Same notes. But in the right hand, we're going to change the A natural to A flat, like this. And then just B flat, A flat, which is 1 and 7, and in the right hand. Actually, you could throw the third in there as well. Let's throw the third, which is D natural, and then just our melody notes. Let's play that one more time. Now, when we play the E flat minor 7, you could just play an E flat minor chord. It just sounds final. It also sounds dark. So all that is our melody note is E flat. We want the B flat in there and the G flat, just like that. So our melody note again is E flat, and then left hand just throw in the bass note, which is E flat. Okay? Okay. Now we're at the bridge, which is super interesting. Let's tackle that. So this is your opportunity to improvise because the chords are fairly simple. So what you want for all of these voicings in the left hand is just the root position of C minor 7 flat 5. So C, natural, E flat, G flat, and B flat. And then when you go to the F7, play 1 and 7 in the left hand. So you got F natural and E flat, like that. And then again, the same voicing as before, where we've got B flat, D natural, and A flat, which is the 7th of the chord. So what I would recommend is that you figure out some things to do other than this, because it can get a little boring just. So again, I mean, I would do something like this. So again, a little bit of filling in there, and we can talk about that in another video. I do talk about chords and scales a lot, of what to play like over a B flat 7 chord. In fact, I have a whole video that talks about how to play over G7 for several bars in, what was the name of the tune? I can't think of it right now. It's one of the last videos that I did. So. Okay, let's go to the next line because that's basically all you need for that line. So the next line is right there. So I think the same voicings that we used before in one of the other videos will work here. And let's do this left-hand voicing, which is our typical 2 minor 7 to 5/7 chord. So we've got G flat, B flat, C flat, and E flat. That. Just drop the bottom note a minor second to go to the D flat 7. And then the voicing that we're going to use for G flat is F, G flat, B flat, and D flat. Interesting voicing for B7, we've got B natural, and then the 3rd of the chord, which is E flat or D sharp, and then A natural. And then in the right hand, you're going to play D flat, which is the 7th of the chord, and then the melody note. And then in the right hand for the B flat 7 chord, I think we're going to throw in our B natural, which is the flat 9 of the chord. So maybe leave out this note. We don't need this note here, just the flat 9. Okay. Left hand is just 1, 3, and flat 7. Could put it in, doesn't matter. And then the same voicing for B flat minor 7 that we use for the A flat, it's just going up a whole tone. So you've got A flat, C flat, D flat, and F. Remember, we're in the key of G flat, so all of those accidentals don't need to be there. And just drop one note to become the third of the chord, which is the G natural. Play the same chord with the G natural in the bottom. And then the same for A flat 7 to D flat 7. That's what we did over here. So that applies here. And then B7 chord with a B in the melody is not the easiest thing to do because the root is in the melody, there's not a lot you can do with that chord. So I would say just 1, 3, B natural, D natural, and A natural, which is our B7. And then put a D flat in the right hand along with that. So same voicing, just go down a half step. So this voicing just falls a half step to B flat, D natural, and A flat. Oops. And then play the flat 9 in the right hand, which is, so let's imply that here, flat 9. So you got B natural, which is the flat 9, and then actually goes to the sharp 11. That's what this note is. So flat 9, sharp 11 chord. And then we're back to the beginning. Okay. Again, I play the whole tune in a 5-minute format where I'm doing soloing and playing these chord changes. I would definitely recommend that you learn these changes. You can change them later to things that you like better. But if you're just learning the tune, these are ones that you can absolutely count on. So I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate that. Any questions or comments that you have, please post them below. And I want to thank you so much for your time. I hope you got something out of this. Have a great day.